How to find and fix causes of your bad habits. In this video, we will talk about how you can find and fix why you do your bad habits, what are the causes, and why is it so hard to change your bad habits. I am making a series on atomic habits. This is the 4th lecture. Before moving forward, watch all the rest 3 lectures so that you can better understand this lecture. So to find the causes of your bad habits, you need to first understand why bad habits are so irresistible, why they are so hard to replace. Habits are like dopamine driven feedback loop. Every behavior that is highly habit forming, for example playing video games, taking drugs, watching porn, eating junk food, all these behavior, all these activities give higher level of dopamine. If you're doing a behavior and the more dopamine you get, it is more likely that it can form into a habit. As humans, we are wired in such a way that when we do something extreme, we get dopamine. For example, eating lot of junk food. Eating lot of junk food means eating lot of calories. That is an extreme. Back in the day, for the survival, you needed to eat calories. That's why our brain is wired like that. For example, watching too much porn. It's like doing sex. It is an extreme part. So we tend to make behaviors or habits which are likely going to be extreme, which give more dopamine and which are wired to our brain. Dopamine is not released when you do that habit. Dopamine is released before doing that habit so that you get motivated to do that habit. It is the anticipation of a reward, not the fulfillment of it. So when you anticipate eating junk food, that's when the dopamine is released, not when you eat the junk food. Dopamine is released to make you motivated. And dopamine is released before doing that action. So the first cause of why habits are so irresistible, why they are so hard to replace, is they are associated with higher levels of dopamine. And the second reason is you are surrounded with the people who are doing the same bad habits, like your friends, your family members. You know, lone wolf dies alone, but the pack of wolves survives. And this our brains knows very well. We as a humans always imitate our social groups, their habits, their behaviors, and that's why if your close ones, the people around you are doing the same bad habits, you are not going to quit that habit easily. We imitate the habits of 3 groups in particular: the close, the many, the powerful. Now you know why habits are so irresistible. First, because it is associated with higher levels of dopamine. Second, because your people around you are doing the same habit. Now let's find out what are the causes of our bad habits. You know, every behavior, every habit we do has a surface level craving and a deeper motive, which we always don't know because it's subconscious. Craving is just a specific manifestation of a deeper underlying motive. For example, your brain is not evolved to smoke cigarettes. Your brain is not evolved to check Instagram. You crave to do them, but your motive is different. Your deeper underlying motive is different. For example, you are addicted to social media. You crave to open Instagram and watch some reels, check messages. But the deeper underlying motive is you crave for social acceptance, social approval. Another example is you play too much of video games. You crave to play video games, but the underlying motive is maybe to socialize with your friends, or maybe to relax for some time, or maybe to escape the reality. Your modern day habits are the solution for your ancient desires. The underlying motive of every human being stays the same, but the specific habits we perform differ from person to person. Your current habit may not be the best solution for your current problems. They are just the methods you learn to cope up with the underlying motive you have. 2 people can look at a cigarette and feel different because of their past experiences. If one person has smoked a cigarette and got relieved, got relaxed from his or her anxiety, he is more likely to smoke the cigarette. But the person who hasn't tried the cigarette yet, will not get an urge to smoke the cigarette. Now you know how to find the causes of your bad habits. Let's take an example. For example, you have a bad habit of watching porn. The craving is to watch porn, but the underlying motive is to get loved, is to get physical connection, is to get physical with a woman. Now let's fix your bad habits. For example, you have an habit of using social media for way too long. To change a bad habit, we just have to satisfy the underlying motive. The underlying motive is to get social acceptance. So you can just talk with your friends in real life, go out with them, spend some time, and from doing that you can easily take a step back from your social media addiction. Let's take another example. You eat too much of junk food. You crave junk food, but the underlying motive is to get stress free, is to relieve anxiety. So you can do meditation, you can work out, so that you can feel the same relief and anxiety, you can feel the same way but without doing the bad habit. In this video, we talked about 3 things: why habits are so irresistible, how to find the causes of your bad habits, and how to fix the causes of your bad habits. If you didn't understand any topic, just go back in the video and you can watch it again. In the next video, we'll talk about the third law. I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.